All right, so we're going to continue on this comparing trail to find our scale factors and to either find new area or to find a side length. So I'm going to look at the information I have provided. So now I'm going to keep a path of left to right because that's how I prefer to do my problems. Like I said, you can adjust, but make sure you are communicating that clearly in the way you're showing your work. So I have a side length of x from my pentagon on the left, and I have a side length of 21 of my pentagon on the right. So I'm going to x by scale factor to figure out what it needs to be in order to get 21, but I can't really do that. I don't have that information. I don't know what to multiply by. I don't have my scale factor. But what I do have is my areas. I do have my areas. So this time, I'm going to compare my areas first in order to find the scale factor for my side lengths. So I'm going to compare 300 centimeters squared to 900 centimeters squared. I know I'm going to multiply that by scale factor squared, so I'm going to do 300 times scale factor squared equals 900. I'm going to divide both sides by 300. These cancel out. You get scale factor squared is 3. So thinking about just scale factor by itself, then scale factor is root 3 because you square root both sides. Please remember to square root both sides. It's okay that your root or that your scale factor is a square root. That's totally fine. Not a big deal. So now I need to figure out what x is. So I'm going to take x times, I'm going to do it like this, x times my scale factor, which is root 3, equals 21. So now I'm going to divide both sides by root 3. On the left-hand side, those root 3's cancel out. I know I cannot leave a root 3 in the bottom. So first, because my question does not specify to leave it in terms of a radical or a decimal. So I'm going to go ahead and do this as a radical because then it's easier to turn it into a decimal versus having a decimal and turning it into a radical. That's a little more difficult, as y'all have probably noticed. So I'm going to multiply the top by root 3. That gives me 21, back to blue, 21 root 3 over 3, and 21 root 3, or 21 over 3 reduces to 7. So x is equal to 7 root 3 centimeters. 7 root 3 centimeters. All right, let's look at another one. We're comparing areas again. So I'm going to look at the area of 54 and what I need to multiply that by to get 216. So I'm multiplying scale factor squared. So 54 times scale factor squared equals 216. I'm going to divide both sides by 54. Ashley, get down. No, ma'am. Off the desk. Or sorry, guys. Cat climbing all over the place. And that gives me scale factor squared is 4. If scale factor squared is 4, then you square root the sides. Scale factor is 2. So now I can go from 8 to x by multiplying by just the scale factor. So 8 times 2 equals x. 8 times 2 equals x. So x is going to be equal to 16